coach, and we grow heart equity here, personal, relational, and financial wealth that we obtain and cultivate through authentic living. It's all about hard work. It's all about confronting the issues that hold us back and have us stuck so that we can get unstuck and live unstoppable. So let me know where you're tuning in from. I'm so happy to have you here. Now, today I wanted to jump on really quickly because I just had a conversation and I just wanted to, we love on each other here. And I've been doing this since 2006. We've been doing Heart Talk for over 11 years. And how they say, I'm not new to this, I'm true to this. So today, Thursday, as we go into this weekend, as we close out our week, I want to remind you what your biggest weapon is against depression, against anxiety, against defeat, against failure. Your biggest weapon against worry, your biggest weapon against lack is rest. You have to rest. You have to learn how to calm your nerves. You have to learn how to settle down. You got to learn how to be bored again. You're going to have to learn how to put your phone down, cut the TV off, and rest. I'm not talking about sleep. I'm talking about rest. Sleep is what your body does. Rest is the actual rejuvenation of your body. When you truly rest, you are able to think clearly. When you rest, you are able to plan accordingly. When you rest, you are able to see people, circumstances, and situations for what they really are and not what you might assume them to be. When you rest, you are able to see all that God has for you and have more guidance into what your next steps are. When you rest, you get to see your loved ones from a different perspective. Your children, your spouse, your significant other, your parents, your neighbors. When you take time to rest, think about it logistically. When you take a vacation, let's say you do a staycation and you stay at home but you rest. You get to see what's going on in your neighborhood at a time when you're usually not at home. You get to notice the rhythm, the ecosystem that is around you at a time when you're normally not there. You get to decide, do you like it? Do you not like it? Right? When you think about how powerful rest is how your body fights off disease. Rest is how your body is able to function and do the work that we needed to do. Rest is very important, right? So what about you? How do you rest? What are the things that you do to rest and not just sleep? I think that that's why a lot of us have trouble sleeping. You don't sleep well at night because your soul isn't rested, right? You're worrying about things. You're constantly obsessing over things. You're constantly checking your emails. You're constantly checking your text. You have all the notifications on your phone. And guess what? It is not healthy. People do not need 24-hour access to you. You do not need to always be on call for this job that you are working. Oh no. Oh no, you got to get off of here. Yeah, you got to go. Get out my life. Don't talk to me like that. I don't play that. You got to get out of here. Let me see if I can block you. There we go. All right. I don't play that. We talk about resting, and I'm definitely going to do that. And what I'm not going to do, I don't care. We not going to tolerate that. Hi, Robin from Russia. I am from Charleston, South Carolina. How are you today? We're talking about rest. How do you rest? How do you settle down? The thing I want you to know is we live in a world where it takes courage to rest. It takes courage to get present and settle down your spirit. Sometimes we are living in seasons of our life where we do have to work a lot. We do have to put a lot of time in, a lot of time away. You may be tired, you may be frustrated, you may be discouraged, but even if it's a minute, even if it's during your bathroom break or when you go to take a shower or however you relieve yourself, take some time to rest. Take some deep breaths. Every time I talk to my clients and they get anxious and I tell them, okay, come on, let's take a couple deep breaths. It almost always is very irritating to them, right? They don't want to do it. They don't want to stop and breathe and calm down and how we say in Charleston, calm their nerve, right? And so and we just need to slow down. Yes, it is. And so when I ask them to take a deep breath, and so we can do that together here. When I ask them to take a deep breath, what ends up happening is always I get a big smile, and it's like, hey, Anita. I always get a big smile, and it's like, wow, I do feel better. I do feel good. So I I want to do that with us here today. And yes, Anita, you can donate. We have links in my bio where you can go and you can donate to the cause. I sure appreciate you and thank you for that. We do accept donations. It does cost to keep this mission and this ministry going. And we welcome you donating and sharing with us. But I want us all to be encouraged. And I want us to understand that I know that you may be living in chaotic times. I know that you may live a life where things are tough and you got to work. You feel like you got to work, you got to make a living, you got to make money, you got to provide for your family. Maybe you work in a high stress environment. Maybe you make the money, but the stress that comes with it is just too much. I just want to encourage you to rest. Rest is the biggest flex you can make. Rest is the biggest weapon that you can use. And when you rest, you rejuvenate yourself. And it's something that happens to you that allows you to be able to show up as a more whole, more full version of yourself. A lot of times we feel broken. It's not that you're broken, it's because you see fragments of yourself. How do you pick up all the pieces of yourself? One of the biggest ways to do that is resting, learning how to settle down. Sometimes I color, sometimes I journal, sometimes I just sit and listen to the birds chirp because all of that is helping you to calm down your nervous system. All of that is helping you to relax your parasympathetic nervous system. Like it's a real thing, right? So let's do this together. We're going to take 3 deep breaths together, right? And do me a favor, like, comment, subscribe, share if this is helping you. We're going to take 3 deep breaths. We're going to breathe in for 8 seconds. 8 seconds? No, 4, 4, 8. We're going to breathe in for 4 seconds. We're going to hold it for 4 seconds. And then we're going to breathe out for 8 seconds. Okay? We're going to do that. And then I'm going to go because I have a client consultation. I know I look rough, y'all, but it's a phone consultation. We family. So, you know, when you family, y'all can see me. Anyways, we're going to do these 3 deep breaths, right? Because this is me inviting you into rest. We're going to rest today. I'm going to teach you how to rest and settle down in your spirit. And one of the ways that we do that is by deep breathing, right? So we're going to breathe in for 4 seconds through your nose. You're going to hold it for 4 seconds. And then you're going to breathe out through your nose or your mouth for 8 seconds. Okay? All right. You ready? All right. 1, 2, 3. Breathe in. Hold it. Breathe out. Your count might be better than mine. Ooh, I felt better already. But okay, you got it? Let's do it again. Breathe in, hold it, Breathe out. Whew, that feels good. All right, one more time. Breathe in. Wow. I got that from two different events that I went to with two different practitioners. One was a nutritionist, the other one was a therapist. They talked about the rolling breaths. So I encourage you to do that. Don't that doesn't that feel good? My soul feels refreshed. So I'm gonna go now, but I encourage you. Remember, 448. Breathe in for 4 seconds, hold it for 4 seconds, breathe out for 8 seconds. You're gonna feel so much better if you feel yourself getting anxious, getting worked up, not being able to focus, just feeling sad, whatever it is outside of feeling well, take some time to do some deep breathing. Okay? All right. Love y'all. Have a great day. Talk to you later.